I read an article, and the article that really inspired this show, although we're going to go, far afield from this article, was about torture. And it was written by Judge Evan Wallach. Judge Evan Wallach is a federal judge in the International Court right here in New York. But Judge Wallach is something else. He, like you, Sully Castillo, was a combat grunt veteran of the war in Vietnam. And when I say a veteran, he was a guy with a gun in the jungle, an enlisted man, and who later became a federal judge. So if there's anybody, by the way, one of the features of this show is that I really try to get for you listeners people who've really been there and done that, as opposed to talking heads who have opinions about having been there and done that came through the New York Times media or quote-unquote research.
And Judge Wallach is one of those people, and I want to say really quickly, for those of you listening, if you have access to the net right now, you should go to the front page of the site. The full text of the article that Mike's about to quote is there, and it's a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant article. So, go to the website, expertwitnessradio.org, and you can look at the article for yourself and read along. Yeah,
and I should also say that, I have to say this, that Judge Wallach is a personal friend of mine, which has nothing to do with this. I just have always admired and respected the man so much. But when I saw the article, what I know, and people who are in the jurisprudence business know, is that this took cojones for a federal judge to sit down and write such a damning article. I'm going to read some of it, and I'm going to count on you listeners who I know are going to get on the website, expertwitnessradio.org, and download this and pass it around. It was published in the Washington Post, but none of it was picked up here in New York, or none of it was really picked up in mainstream media, and I don't understand that. But here's some of the article. Quoting Judge Wallach. As a JAG in the Nevada National Guard, JAG is Judge Advocate General. He was a military lawyer. I used to lecture the soldiers of the 72nd Military Police Company every year about their legal obligations when they guarded prisoners. I'd always conclude by saying, I know you won't remember everything I told you today, but just remember what your mom told you to do. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you, end quote. Now, that's a pretty good standard for life and for the law. And even though I left the unit in 1995, I like to think that some of my teaching had carried over when the 72nd refused to participate in misconduct at Iraq's Abu Ghraib prison.